Hello. I'm here to teach a little bit of meditation, and today we'll do conscious breathing. Yeah, so I've been thinking about how to introduce this, and I'll just speak a little bit and then we'll get into the meditation. But I've studied yoga, and I have studied Chinese medicine, and I've studied Buddhism lightly. And this is a practice that I have noticed in all different, in those three different places that I just mentioned. Not places, but I don't know, you can't even call them lineages because there are lineages within those. I guess not, because they're not even just philosophies, but they're actual practices. And this conscious breathing is one that I think is very useful, not only because it's within all of these different ancient practices that are still around for a reason, because for some reason they're helping people deal with being alive in this reality, in this world. And also, conscious breathing is a practice that is very simple. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it is simple, and it's something that you can always come back to. So working through meeting the stressors throughout the day, or even meeting a really awesome sensation, whatever it is, being able to connect with the breath can really help to free up expression, emotional processing, movement, things like that. So you might notice throughout the day that if you are paying attention to your breath, it's not that it's going to be a nice, deep, slow breath all the time. Maybe it's a big sigh, or maybe your breath is a bit more shallow because you're exercising, or you are excited, or whatever the thing is. You might notice that your breath changes, and also you might notice that as you allow your breath to change, your body might also express, or you might have something to say or a noise to make or something like that. So anyway, we're gonna train here by sitting and just noticing the breath, and then maybe throughout your day you will remember to come back to it as well, and just see how it goes for you. Okay, so I'm seated here on this little couch. You're welcome to be seated, you're welcome to lie down, you're welcome to stand up. Yeah, okay, so find your meditation posture and begin to close down the eyes or have a soft gaze. If it's in your practice or your interest to keep the eyes open, you're welcome to. But oftentimes we close down the eyes in this sort of meditation to give our awareness a little bit more capacity to notice the breath. So let's start by noticing the ground underneath us, whatever we're sitting on or laying on or standing on. Just noticing that contact, that support. And also noticing the points of contact in the body that are needing that support. And I encourage you to invite your body to lean into that. Maybe noticing the parts of you that feel a little bit like it's pushing away the support, or maybe doesn't trust it. The parts that maybe feel a bit tense or timid, whatever the thing is. And just noticing that that support is there for all of you, even those parts that feel a little bit tense or whatnot. So just really realistically starting out by utilizing the mind to let the body, I guess maybe just to even let the mind know, like, we're just sitting or laying or however you are. But we're here doing a simple meditation. from the body, let's begin to go to the breath. Begin by noticing just the first area that, when I say breath, it comes to your mind. Where do you notice it first? Is it in the abdomen? Perhaps even in the back, the mouth, the nose, the chest? Once you place your awareness on the breath, begin to notice its qualities, like the depth, the duration, maybe even the temperature. The breath feels warm or cool, somewhere in between. And here the practice isn't to manipulate the breath, but rather just to notice it. And so this will be our practice, to notice the breath, but also to notice the body simultaneously. So not just noticing the breath from the mind, although of course our mind is the part that can give us this, can give our awareness sort of this funnel into reality, but also utilizing the body to feel the breath. So not just almost like hyper-focusing on it, but noticing it not just with the mind, but also with the body. The way that I practice this is noticing, where is the breath moving my body? So let's practice here. I have my eye on the clock, and we'll practice for about 10 more minutes. Intermittently, I'll come in and say a few words and just to remind you what we're doing and my suggestions on how to do it. But know that you're in agency and you are in choice. You can do with this meditation as you will. And know that you can pause the video, get up and use the bathroom, or turn it off all completely. But I'm here with you just to practice this conscious breathing. Noticing the body and the breath at the same time. Continue here. Let's check in and just notice where the mind is, where your awareness is. If you're lost in thought, or maybe really focusing on some sort of pain or feeling a stuckness in the body, I encourage you to bring your awareness back to the breath in sort of a gentle, friendly manner, as if you would show your friends sort of like a new place you really wanted them to see, or something like that. Like there's a curiosity here that can be helpful. But coming back to the breath and expanding the awareness again to the body. Here, experiencing, bringing together the awareness, the breath, and the body, or just this intention of doing that. You can experience the truth of our being, which is that we are a unified whole. Your pinky toe doesn't exist independently of your ear, or so on and so forth. And how we breathe affects our global body-mind functioning. And so here we're sort of bringing together these different aspects of our being, trying to sort of just experience the truth of their interconnectedness and also their interdependence. So it might seem like, what the heck, I'm just sitting here, this is weird. But truly it's actually can be quite a profound experience and a really good practice. Not only for all of these things I'm saying, but also for focus. Being able to shine our attention on what we choose can be very helpful throughout our life, throughout our day, etc. So, again, bringing the awareness back to the breath, back to the global experience of the body, starting with that support underneath the body. Continue here, noticing, breathing, allowing the body to move freely. And bringing the awareness back to the breath. And again, this practice of not only being aware with this sort of like headspace, mind awareness, although in many schools of thought the mind doesn't exist in the head. For example, in Chinese medicine, there are schools of thought that the awareness, the consciousness is also within the tissues, the blood, the oxygen that circulates throughout the body, moves the awareness through the body. So we really truly can pay attention with the body and the mind. So continue here just for a few more minutes, practicing consciousness. conscious breathing. For the last minute or so here, I'd like to just offer this aspect of the practice that we talked about this a lot in my yoga study, but that there's always a chance to practice. Every moment you can bring your awareness back to the breath. Of course, it's just, I'm not an enlightened being and saying that that's necessarily realistic in some sort of way, but I am trying to offer that there's always a chance to practice, even if you get really distracted or whatnot, sitting in your meditation posture, however you are placing your body. You can always come back to the breath. There's always the opportunity with the next breath. So what a thing to be grateful for, at least that's how I feel. So here, let's practice this next 30 seconds or so, just reminding yourself, even if you get lost, there's always that chance to come back to the breath. The moment is always the portal into the practice, and the breath can be a really beautiful vehicle through that portal. Breath together, taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out of the mouth. Gently begin to open up your eyes and wiggle around. Oh, I always like to take a nice big stretch when I'm done. Maybe open your arms up over your head, or just, take some free movement. But thank you all for practicing if you've gotten through this video. And I am here in Nepal, and I'm offering these classes donation based. And so if you'd like to donate, my Venmo will be in the email. And what I'm doing here is, know that your donations will help me be here, and the work that I'm doing right now is all volunteering. So I'm doing acupuncture at an orphanage and also at a hospital for those who are disabled, mostly people who are in wheelchairs and have had spinal cord injuries. And I'm also teaching at the one acupuncture college here in Nepal, doing some teaching about Qigong and palpation and a little bit of the Tui Na massage. So just teaching students sort of this hands-on aspect, which I am really interested in. So.
Sup?